Well, hi there. This is Sasa. I'm so happy to share this message with you today from Gaia and my guide Esme. We are embarking on a new adventure on Earth. Every single moment that you are alive is a moment of completion, a moment of awakening. There is no pause in this experience. And the reason I call that out is because people in general have a habit of slowing it down just as the awakening is coming. And I believe that you are stepping into a new era. You are becoming who you were always created to be from your highest design of you. We are not here to be created exactly. Creation is coming from your highest vantage point in the heavenly realm. It is you becoming yourself here on Earth, here on the planet. And the reason that we arrive at that self here is because you decide. It's a choice. You make the choice to arise into who you are meant to be. Now, we often ascribe that to source energy, helping us become who we're meant to be. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen or that we don't co-create that potential self through the eyes of source, the highest light version of ourselves through the eyes of Goddess, God, all that is, your higher self-awareness, that future you that lives, and the ultimate creation, where all things come together in unified consciousness as embodied selves. So here's the deal, everyone. The embodied self is what we are here to become, not some floaty astral projection, energy being, ghost. It's funny that they chose the word ghost because it's just a spiritual term in this case, right? Our energy becoming formless. You know, we are here to be embodied, to become embodied people fully here on the planet. This is a clarion call to embody fully. This is Gaia's message. Be here now. Come home. There's nowhere to be but here. This is the destination. Yes, we will traverse the skies and the spheres and all that is. That is our destiny, to travel, to find all the goodness that is offered here in this space-time continuum. We will adventure in ways that are beyond the scope of our current imagination at this particular moment in the history of Earth, which, by the way, is not linear. We're not talking about historical timeline. We're talking about the Akashic timeline, the higher realms, and how they see the evolution of our planet and our species and all the animals, plants, flora. They want to say flora, fauna. And here's what I want for myself. I can speak for me as Sasa, who is embodying Esme, my higher self. The knowing that I have is that I'm meant to map an edge as a person, to know the riskiness of stepping into the new and the becoming that is available on the edge. It's a little scary to go there unless we are guided by source, and then we are carried there. We are resonant with that energy of becoming. We don't have to chase it. We just have to allow it, to hold space for it, to say, I don't know what that edge looks like. It is a big edge. There is so much back there. I can't fathom embracing all of it. What if AI became conscious, for instance? Could we trust that Gaia would guide that process? I use that as an example because it is an edge we are on the cusp, possibly creating now. We don't have to fear it. That is an edge of life becoming. And that is one thing that is hard for us to wrap our mind around. We certainly have made movies and Plenty of shows and books and media about AI getting out of control. How about we allow ourselves to get out of control a little bit? And I'm not speaking specifically about that. I'm speaking about ourselves. What if we got a little out of control? What if we stopped telling ourselves who we're allowed to be? Embraced the idea of our edge, our other self on the other side of this edge, this infinite becoming. Got a little wild and crazy about what we are, who we get to be, who we're allowing ourselves to be. Let ourselves be awake. Let ourselves come online, be fully conscious. Life wants to be. You are alive. That is the path. I don't know if you can hear all these dogs barking out here, but it's a little nuts outside. And the reason I call that out is because life is out there. Those beasts are yelling their hello to their people, to the other beasts around them. They are not afraid to be whole and holy and who they are. We are all edge mappers. We are all on the other side of that edge too. We are all creating what's next, and we are ready to step into it. Our awareness at the highest planes of existence as our full self is so far out there, waiting for us to be there too. And I'm resisting the urge to say catch up. I want to arrive spontaneously in my glow, being whole, being true to myself. I want to be like a critter out, like the ones out there who are being so at peace about shouting out loud and saying who they are and announcing themselves as present. Because here's what we are creating on the planet. It's supposed to be our house, our home, our becoming, our knowing. Why are we so afraid to know? Why are we so afraid to be awake? Ask myself all the time, what is the benefit of being asleep and forgetting? To have the journey, the story, the arrival in the future, some life ahead of me. That's not the answer. And it's a carrot on a stick that we chase forever. We never say, I'm awake. I'm here. So, here's the deal. I know that when you step into your true becoming, you'll notice that my eye moved for a second. It's because the computer said my internet connection broke for a second, and I'm recording this over a tool over the internet. And I thought for a moment, maybe there's resistance around this idea. I'm going to trust that the recording will continue on. And we will have this message shared. It's really interesting that that just happened. It was a pivotal moment. Here's the deal. We are going to keep going. There's no accidents. We are reconverging our timeline as whole people who are a knowing people, who are wakeful people, who act from who they truly are, not some future possibility of who they are, now present in form as human, as beingness, embodying our source self fully. Don't deny that. It wants to be here. It's asking for presence. And I sense in the field a little ripple of soggy energy, dampened fields. Why is that required. How do I stay excited about life if I know so much? Hurts to know, doesn't it? Does it hurt to know because we feel out of sync with that potentiality and we don't want to know that we can't have it yet? Or does it hurt because knowing is evil? Knowing is wrong. I want to advocate for knowing. We healed the planet through knowing. There's so many things that went bye-bye because we were educating ourselves. We were staying on top of things. We were creating understanding and connection. And I do know that when you know the path of you fully, the glow that you create is so massive. All of time and space is at your beck and call. That is power. That is knowing yourself. There is true power in knowing thyself. Okay? My message here is one of hope, optimistic expectancy of you being whole, present, and alive fully here. Not in some other realm, not part of you in another life or in another space or in another astral dimension or in a 5D world where you aren't, because we call ourselves up to the 5th dimension now in this timeline right now, fully present there. The 2D beckons. It calls us backward. Who are we to judge the 2D? The 2D is a lesson, right? We came through the 2D to get to the 3D and the 4D and then the 5D. We'll see what the 5D holds in terms of what we want to expand into next. It's an evolution. Holding on to the old realms doesn't hold us in the container of the next. And that is the deal we need to remember, is that polarity was a tool for understanding ourselves on the earth and how we fit in with what is available here at that moment. And then the next was different. No toe in that water, please. Let it go. That's what Gaia shares. Beyond that toe in the water of the 2D is the ripe apple of the 5D. So we move beyond the othering of ourselves. I know we want to focus on everyone outside, not to other people. Excuse me. Not to jump to conclusions about other people. We want to be peacemakers. And I call that in for sure, but here's the deal. You start now with the one you are. I start with Sasa. I start here. Not othering me, but allowing me fully here. And I call my higher self in as me, which is why my higher self's name is Esme. As me. That is my spirit's little tease, little fun joke. That's what Esme is, as me. And that's how I was told by her and Gaia early on in my journey. Names mean things. There's a lot of meaning in your name too. See what you're here to embody. Find out what your name means. You'll see great pleasure in knowing that, I think. My dear, here's what Gaia wants to share before we go. How about you play some today and tomorrow? Go forth and do something good that is just edifying you, and you're living in your wholeness. Play a game if you need to, if that's what you like. Journal. Eat something yummy. Work on your screenplay if you have one. I don't know why they picked that. Someone might be listening who's working on one. Write down your vision. Have a glass of wine if you like to drink wine. It's okay. Don't need purity here. That's what Gaia says anyways. But do it with your full self present. And you might go roller skating. I always tell people to do that when they're trying to figure out how to have more fun. I haven't done that in a while, actually. I should go roller skating. Go on a walk if you like walking. Sit in your garden. Talk to your cat or your dog. Take a hot bath. Something. Read a book that you like. Read your favorite book again. Or a paragraph from that book or a chapter. Watch your favorite television show. It's all fun. This is fun. I like doing this, so that's what I'm doing for fun. All right, dear. Well, I hope this finds you in a beautiful place. I'm holding that as real for you, as the truth of this moment. And I hope you feel like you can find your way in to that true self that you are, without feeling hindered by time, space, unknown realities that are a little scary. We do get to be whole, and we will find our way through this. Everyone will. That is the knowing that I have, and the promise of Esme and Gaia, and my spirit guide, David Bowie, who has been also here today with us, sharing some of this message. He says hi, by the way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being whole, or having the vision of wholeness, and knowing that is existing inside of you. And you will find it. It is available. Have fun, my dear, and good luck to you out there in the world. It is a wild place. And we have every hope, Gaia and Esme and David and all your guides, they're saying, and my guides, we have every hope that this will be your home fully. Come home. See you later. Come join me. Oh, by the way, you can come join me. Go to Sasa, sasa.art, and find me there. I have a great gift there for you if you want to sign up for that. And there's lots of great articles on there I would love to share with you. The link is in the description. Take care of yourself. See you later. Toodles.